But I'ma tell you like this, when I saw that, I think T.I fucking lying.
Tell me. It been 20 years, bro. It been 20 years. I figure if I wasn't built like that, it'll show by now. It been 20 years, bro. I done faced every challenge motherfucker that like to throw at me, man. You ain't seen me fold, you ain't seen me break down.
Boosie didn't have to name King Harris for the internet to get the message. The history is loud enough. In 2023, Boosie and T.I clashed after Boosie tossed the snitch label. Weeks later, he backpedaled and said they talked it out like grown men. Public truce, private tension, perfect kindling. So when King's name trends, every eyebrow Boosie raises becomes a headline in waiting. The timeline learned a long time ago. When Boosie breathes, the room tilts. If you want the full chain, how a stray comment snowballs into a week of chaos and why this moment hits T.I where it hurts, lock in now. Tap subscribe so you don't miss the receipts as they drop. And this isn't happening in a vacuum. Boosie...
I gotta say something about this, bro. Dwayne Wade, you gone too fucking far, dog. That is a male. A 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have it figured out yet. He might meet a woman, anything at 16 and fall in love with her. But his be gone. How you gonna... Like, bro, you going too far, dog. Don't cut his off, bro. Like, bro, for real. If he gonna be gay, let him be gay. But don't cut his off, bro.
He spent the last couple of years in controversy mode across multiple lanes. He caught heat for LGBTQ commentary and later apologized to his daughter, a public moment that changed the subtext of anything he says about anyone else's family. Add his own legal headlines, and every time he weighs in on somebody else's mess, people clock the weight of his own. That's why even a vague jab can swarm. The name carries history, and history carries clicks.
With the T.I situation, if he did that, you're a fucking rat too. I don't spare no about it. Because if you doing anything wrong, you doing anything criminal-wise, and you cooperate with law enforcement to get you out of trouble, that means you're cooperating, that means you're a rat.
Drop a name like King into that environment and watch engagement go vertical. A whisper about a leak, a few cartoon avatar accounts promising the clip, and suddenly the algorithm is sprinting. But there's a problem the internet keeps skipping. No reputable outlet has verified that any explicit tape exists.
Hey, I'm one of you niggas who have been to the penitentiary before, man. What happened when a motherfucker say somebody ain't right and they goddamn show their paperwork and they is right? What's the penalty for that? Can somebody tell me what is that punishable by? Somebody tell me that. See, most of you motherfuckers ain't never been in no trouble, motherfuckers ain't never been nowhere. Anybody tell me. It been 20 years, bro. It been 20 years. I figure if I wasn't built like that, it'll show by now. It been 20 years, bro. I done faced every challenge motherfucker that like to throw at me, man. You ain't seen me fold, you ain't seen me break down yet. Matter of fact, I come out smelling too good, the way you nigga think something wrong.
It's the usual allegedly avalanche. Screens of screens, opinions of opinions, loud enough to trend, flimsy enough to vanish the second real sourcing is required. That gap between noise and proof is where reputations get rewritten or rumors starve.
I live with my grandma. You know, we'll go to the house on like a weekend. They'll say, hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house. They'll come get me from my grandma's house. And right after we done, when the cameras go off, I'm right back to my grandma's house. Yeah.
Before the gossip sprinted, King wrote a new chapter, Dad Life. On November 5th, 2024, he announced the birth of his son with a caption that sounded like mission mode. The post landed, the congrats rolled in. The think pieces started anyway.
Get you, that's my baby, that's my baby. Get it?
For some, it was a reset. For others, a rebrand. Either way, it put a date stamp on the story and gave the internet something it loves even more than drama. Contrast.
But what I'm saying is, they wasn't...
You can talk like that outside.
Hey, I can talk how the fuck
I want to wherever I'm at. I'm on live, shawty. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. This ain't your fucking restaurant. This ain't your fucking restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you.
New father. Old clips. Choose your narrative. Contrast only works if there's an old picture to hold up to the new one, and King has plenty.
I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name?
What's your name?
My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. File your shit.
Come back.
What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come here.
That Waffle House blow up from 2022. Raised voice, chest out, live rolling. Never really left. It's the clip the algorithm keeps in a drawer labeled See Also, pulled out whenever his name trends.
You cannot afford to hire a lawyer. One will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any of my questions or make any statements. So my question to you is, I found just a non-felony in that ashtray in the back, as well as in that basketball sleeve. So I'm gonna go over here and talk to these guys, and someone has to get charged with it.
A messy order shouldn't define a person, but loops are sticky. Yesterday starts to look like right now. And every replay edits out what matters most. Time.
It's not
I'm not talking.
You're not gonna talk to me? I gotcha. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Do you need anything to go with you?
My phone.
Your phone? Where's your phone at?
Your car.
We're in the car.
Sexual.
I'm not looking for phones, I'm looking for drugs and guns. What kind of phone is it?
What color is your phone?
It's a clear case.
Strip away the date, recaption it with fresh outrage, and people react like it's happening again. That's how the internet manufactures deja vu. By hiding the calendar and selling you adrenaline. Then came the Falcon Suite in late 2023. Family debate turned public referendum.
Of course I spoke with my son. You know, me and his uncles. You know, we were perplexed by his necessity to go back and forth with the short order cook. I didn't understand why he felt he needed to stop what he was doing to engage someone who was at such another level of life.
Silver Spoon. Grandma's house. One night, one live, and 1,000 angles arguing about authenticity.
Now, I had to explain to him that, you know, when people are not living the way they hope they would live, and here you is walking in with so much freedom and luxury, and you know, people gonna posture themselves a certain way. So therefore, you're gonna have to enjoy your life. You're gonna have to remove yourself from that energy and go enjoy your life.
T.I pushed back. Tiny pushed back. King stood on business. The key wasn't who won. It was how fast the narrative calcified. Born into luxury, auditioning for the trenches. Once a reputation snaps into a meme, it follows you into every room, even the ones you're trying to grow up in. Long before the shade became a sport, Boosie and T.I flirted with being on the same side. They were trading verses, talking up a joint project, teasing the kind of chemistry fans love. T.I as the polished statesman of trap, Boosie as the raw, unfiltered live wire. Then one interview and a snitch storyline detonated the rollout. Boosie said his piece, T.I demanded paperwork energy, and the album that could be been froze midair. Later came the walkbacks and we handled it post, but the damage was done. Two brands that once complemented each other were now orbiting like magnets turned the wrong way. That history matters because when Boosie comments on King, it doesn't read like random gossip. It reads like pressure applied to a pressure point. Their personas are built to collide. T.I likes the sermon, wordy captions, careful framing, the teach a lesson cadence that comes from years of cameras in the house and a reputation to protect. Boosie likes the spark, unguarded lives, provocative takes, the say how I feel it energy that wins the room before anyone checks a source. Both men have had family moments dragged through the press. T.I.'s infamous comments about his daughter that he later tried to clarify. Boosie's public apology to his own daughter after going too far online. So, whenever a family storyline pops, especially one with King in the center, their names snap together. One brings the lecture, one brings the lighter, and the algorithm brings the oxygen. 12 months later, Blue Lights and Dunwoody did what Blue Lights always do online. They wrote their own plot. The stop ended in cuffs after officers found a failure to appear warrant tied to older traffic and license issues. That's the boring part, the part that actually fixes a narrative if you handle it. But boring doesn't trend. What did trend was the body cam surfacing months later and getting packaged like breaking news. Watch how it works. Clip the moment, crop the date, add a caption with siren emojis, and now an old scene feels live. If you only caught the edits, you'd think it happened last night. The lesson isn't don't get pulled over. It's don't give the timeline a reason to pretend last year is this morning. Plug all of that back into Boosie's echo chamber and you get a perfect storm. Here's a veteran provocateur whose words have their own gravity, apologies and all. Watching a 20-something with a highlight reel tailor-made for hot takes. He doesn't have to pose King to shade the situation. His past clips do the tagging for him. The crowd sees his history, hears his tone, remembers the friction with T.I, and fills in the rest. That's how you turn chatter into a trend, no at needed. The power isn't in the sentence, it's in the silhouette. Even the wholesome chapter didn't get to stay wholesome for long. In mid-January, King told viewers the mother of his child didn't mind if he saw other women cheat in peace, as the pull quotes framed it. One sentence, a dozen headlines, and days of scorched earth comments. You can post 10 family pictures, a single messy line will still eat the timeline for breakfast. That's how parasocial judgment works. People don't weigh your life, they weigh your sound bites. And a soundbite this spicy makes even baby photos look like PR. Waffle House says temper. Falcon says privilege versus persona. Dunwoody says paperwork and court dates. November 5th says fatherhood. Those are facts with timestamps. What they don't show is the one variable that decides whether this story evolves or loops. What he does when the camera is asleep. Will he handle the unglamorous chores, lawyers, court calendars, studio deadlines, or will he keep chasing the thrill of going live? That answer never fits in a caption, but it rewrites every caption that follows. If King keeps feeding the crowd, lives, clapbacks, bait, old clips will keep wearing fresh captions. If he stars it, less access, more boring grown-up choices, the pylon suffocates. That's not PR, it's physics. Boring is a strategy. Court dates handled before anyone asks. Music drops on a schedule, not a meltdown cadence. Family moments without theatrics. Give the timeline nothing to twist, and it runs out of oxygen. People don't stop being mean, they stop being entertained. There are only two roads from here. One is louder, more loops, more allegedly, more oxygen for anyone with a mic and a motive. It'll keep King viral and stuck. The other actually goes somewhere. A pattern that makes outrage repetitive and growth normal. That road costs the internet. Fewer easy clips, fewer lazy narratives, fewer chances to pretend a rumor is a fact. Choosing it isn't glamorous. It's grown. And grown wins slow, then all at once. Boosie will still be Boosie. Apologies, legal updates, viral one-liners, the whole orbit. King will still have a past the algorithm can rummage through. None of that decides the next line of the story. The only thing that does is dull and unsexy. Consistent choices that don't need to be filmed. When the smoke clears, and it always does, the part that survives is the pattern. Make it boring. Make it steady. Make it something a rumor can't monetize. That's where the real headline starts. Who do you think's gonna be the next person in the limelight? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get the latest celebrity news and updates. I'll see y'all on the next one.